Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So this week what we're going to do is show you some of the flooring in the dining room that we've done. It is almost completed now, we just need to put the parquet on top. And just to let you know, the first video you would have seen a couple of weeks ago, but you kind of need it as a recap to watch the rest. But make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video because we're going to show you some of the techniques that my mum has used for the stenciling that she showed you last week.
Right, as you can see, I'm back in the dining room. I've been kicked out the ensuite and bathroom. Bathroom's almost done actually, so just a few little bits to do up there. Ensuite, Carole's still sorting out tiles. We'll be waiting on a couple of samples to come in before we commit, but I'm hoping that next week we can get them sorted out, but unfortunately delivery's a couple of weeks. So I'm back in here, or I've been told to get back in here. This morning I've just sorted out some plumb lines just to take off where I was before, which felt like a year ago, and to make sure I'm happy leveling, etc. Before I do the register plate. The only thing I've noticed I'm not happy with is the flooring between the salon and this room, the dining room. And as you can clearly see by that line, it's in the doorway itself, it's actually risen, I don't know, 10 mil or so. That's why the doors won't shut. And I can see actually underneath the wood's just swollen. It's lifted up and it's pushed the parquet up. So I didn't want to touch the parquet over there, but I'm gonna have to lift that carefully, level it off and put it back down. At the moment, I'm doing the register plate so we can at least start leveling up properly and get these joists in. And oh my God, I'm having to do it in sections because the person who ever put this in really liked nails. Well, they're not really nails, they're more like missiles. So they are well and truly nailed in and really giving me a hard time. So I'm gonna have to keep going along in sections just because I ain't got the leverage to do the whole thing. So as you can see, I've cut out a section, I'll lever it off, have a coffee break, come back, do another section, coffee break, blah, blah, blah. The good news is that the beam itself is solid. I mean, that's one of the reasons it's actually difficult for me to get it out, these nails out, purely because it really has grip well, and the beam at the moment, what I can see is solid. Now the plate itself, as you can see, is, if I turn it over, where it came out, that should be level, and it is at probably a 45-degree angle, hence why I'm having to replace it. In fact, it should be like the other side. I don't know why this side's okay, but you can see the joist clearly sitting flat on the plate. If I come around to this one, and that's how it should be. But on this side, if I show you before I remove it, clearly it's not. So that'll be my job today, and I better crack on. Right, so everything's leveled up. Now just get into the doorway, which I always knew was a problem, but holy Moses. Door's good, door's square, happy with the just under the door, and then it drops. The biggest problem is this wall again, where they've had a water leak. Although trying to get this oak beam out, the joist that was in there was unbelievable. Located there, came across, and I guess they didn't want it to move. They just literally, well, you can see by the nails, it's just taken me, God, mate, it feels like 20 minutes to eventually get that prized away. This is what's come out. That's the part that was in the wall, completely gone. And as I work down the beam, it becomes really apparent how bad it really got with the water leak they had. So replace that joist. At the same time, I've got to do the other on the other side, which even through my phone you might be able to see that that's just going downhill. They did their usual trick, whoever did this before. All they did was adjust the skirting board to make it look like it was okay, but when your eye picked up on this part, you could clearly see it's going downhill. And once I put a spirit level on it, it was more like a ski slope. So I'll get that sorted out, and then hopefully start to look to put the boarding down. Right, so as I said, just pull the joists out, and this is the sort of thing we're dealing with a lot of them. This is just rotten wood. It's just perished away, so get all of this out, clean it up, make sure we've got a nice decent flat surface to put the new joists in. So I'll clear that a good clear out and treat it ready, and then we can get the new joists in behind the back of the radiator, piping from a register plate, and then we can go from there. Right, so eventually finished this evening. All joists I need to replace are done, new ones in place, as you can see by the colour difference. All the oak beams now I've sprayed and treated, and then a wood preserver on the rest. I'm just going to do another coat actually before I do the insulation, etc., and then the OSB board. So probably do that, give this one a couple of days to dry off, and then get another one. So that will be a total of actually 4 on the joist and 5 on the oak beam. Really wanted to make sure it was well saturated before I go ahead and put the rest of the board in on top, and then we can slowly work our way around and hope that I can get the parquet flooring to meet up. What I ended up doing in the end, I was trying to do it with a line across between each corner, etc., and then get it all squared up, but the walls themselves aren't exactly 100% square to each other, so it suddenly made it a bit difficult where I could be 3mm out or 4mm out when I started to get to one end. So I decided that, you know, you're not really going to notice that in your eye, but when I'm putting the parquet down, you will notice it. You don't want that sort of lip. So what I ended up doing is, you can see at the back here, I actually set myself up. Took a nice straight piece of timber and using that as a jig. So I've basically put it, as you can see, from top of that parquet flooring, and then as I come across, it comes on top of that parquet flooring, and I basically just used that all the way as I went down this room, a bit like I was putting cement down where you just sit there and flatten it off. So the gap then between that, I set up an OSB board, a parquet, and what I'm going to put underneath, so that they can make sure everything was the right height to the joist. So I touch wood, when I get round to putting the boards up there, everything should sit dead level, and then we'll meet all the parquet as we go round, fingers crossed. The only issue that I've got to deal with is the cat's in trouble, is the parquet at the very end. I'm not sure what, someone's had a go at trying to fix and repair something in the past, and that one's the only one that is clearly out. So I'll just retake all that apart and rebuild it and put it correctly back at the right height. Other than that, fingers crossed, I'll let you know. Okay, so happy with the joist the way it is now. They're all in, all sprayed up, including the new ones, even though they're treated, but I always, just on the safe side, like to make sure they're covered completely with a treatment. Now I'm just gonna, well, you can see from there, gonna start putting the insulation in, and then Carole needs to give me an indication where she wants me to bring the electrics through from underneath, before I then look to put the OSB board down. Cross my fingers and toes and hope everything starts to line up. So get the insulation down today and start looking at the OSB board possibly tomorrow if we're lucky. Finished last night getting the, well, all the insulations in. That's 200mm thick of insulation, which will prevent the cold air coming up from the cave, the cellar, up into this floor, which is what I've done on the other floors. Now I'm just leveling off, and I've put the first OSB board down, which you can see here. I've brought some parquet flooring in just to see, and actually looking pretty good. Whilst Carol's upstairs playing with Play-Doh or whatever she plays with, doing stenciling, I'm quite sure, but she's enjoying herself. I've messed around in here with these and they seem pretty good. If I try and keep the light. So I'm happy. The outside rail, as my fingers are on, it does seem, thankfully, pretty flush. A few tweaks here and there. But I'm more than happy with that, and as this board carries on down, it just sits below the other parquet. So fingers crossed, if I pull my finger out, I can get this OSB board down today, and then we're ready to start doing the jigsaw puzzle, which I thought I was looking forward to. After sort of going through the pieces outside in the hallway, trying to find a couple of pieces. Now I'm starting to think twice, but I'll let you know.
Stay on the dining room, Adrian. Love the hat.
Hello. Keep the bald head warm.
Some of the boards are down, so I can have a little bit of a dance on here now. It looks really cosy in the evening. Adrian's managed to get it nice and level with the old flooring. I've managed to lift up this panel that had dropped about 1 inch, so that's secure now. And have actually ordered the wallpaper this week, only because it was in a Black Friday sale. So it's certainly not going up anytime soon. But to keep you in suspense, there was 2 options. William Morris Willow Boughs or William Morris Pimpernel. I'm going to keep you in suspense until I feel like showing you which one I went for.
Oh, 12 o'clock, break time. $5
Yay!
Oh my God. As Zach would say, look at the state of you.
How are you doing?
You look like Casper. I don't know if to carry on videoing or call the Ghostbusters. What are you doing?
They forecast snow and it never happened.
Well, it has in here, so I guess you got the horrible job this morning.
Yeah. Hold on back.
Don't sneeze.
So, tip 1, when you're sanding the ceiling, wear a shower cap.
Brilliant. Wonder what hotel that came from.
Well, that doesn't happen anymore, doesn't it?
No.
Tip 2, always take 2 pieces of sandpaper up the ladder in case you drop one. And your husband's not around to pick it up.
And I can't see a ladder, so how did you get up and down?
I left it in the bathroom to show you something.
Okay. Tip 3?
Get someone else to do it.
Yeah, pay someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, well my tip...
Tip 3 is, you see my lovely foundation underneath? Can you see the colour of me?
Well, I said you look like Casper, but now you're taking your mask off. You've got your flying goggles on.
Samples of foundation to plaster over your face first to protect your skin.
Ah, you go for the Queen Victoria look now, are you? Well, you're doing a good job. You're doing well. I'm doing the easy job compared to yours now with the flooring, I think. I think I got the better straw.
I need to get these filled again because some of it's coming off.
Right.
I wanted to line them today, ready to paint tomorrow, but I've still got to do the ceiling as well.
So I'm gonna...
By tomorrow night, I want this alcove finished, ready for the little prince.
So I'm only walking back because I'm just going to show everyone that this is nearest damn it 4 meters high.
Actually.
Oh, it's slightly less.
386.
All right, okay, approx then.
I've just measured out the line paper.
So a horrible job, but well done. But tip 4 or 5, stop work, almond croissants and a coffee.
I've been playing with different effects on the stencil the other day. I don't think you could see it properly in the video. So if I get a little bit closer, you can see the 3D effect. Excuse me.
So the effects I've tried were this one, which is just gold acrylic paint, but because I didn't put any varnish on top or paint on top of the plaster, it just soaked in, so that's no good. This middle one here is a gold wash. It's a little bit insignificant. This one on the corner here, I did seal the plaster and put the gold paint on. I have just replaced the stencil on top and sprayed this one with the gold paint, which came out quite well. And then this one here is the gold leaf. But if you can see, between the gold leaf and the paint, there's not a great deal of difference. There's a bit more golden in the spray. But as you change direction, they change completely. And in some places, in some lights, it does almost look black. So still toying for the ideas and which way to go. But I'm still really happy with the overall effect.
So thank you for watching this week's video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think about everything in today's video in the comments down below. Just to let you know as well, this lovely bird's eye shot of our chateau was actually taken from another chateau channel. So it's from our fellow chateau owners, Chateau Life. It's Phil and Anne. They actually took this video when they went to tour around our chateau to possibly buy it. So they've allowed us to use this video, so thanks very much to them, and make sure you go check out their channel. If you liked today's video, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on Sunday.